What's going on, guys? Aggronix, welcome back to the Elysian League. Week 2 today, we jump into our game against Cubchew. Now, before we get into this game, I'm going to check what Cubchew's team name is because I actually don't remember. It's the Chicago... No, I always think it's the Chicago Cubchews, but it's not. Springfield Spoinks. That's fucking hard to say. We play Cubchew and the Spoinks. Now, Cubchew is 1-0, so are we. We won our game last week against Joey in a pretty awesome win. We won 5-0, which is insane. By the time I'm recording this, the power rankings haven't been done, but I'm hoping I'm in the top 3 or 4. I think I should be. Not should be, but I think I would be, because I actually am in first right now in the whole league. I'm doing the best out of everyone. And yes, it's only been 1 week and nothing to get too excited about, but I am really happy with our performance last week and I just hope to build on it. But we definitely have our work cut out for us. Cubchew is a great battler. Before we get started, he actually has a YouTube channel himself, and I believe he uploaded his week 1 game, so I assume he'll upload this game as well. Go over, link is in the description. Check out his channel, subscribe, because he's going to be uploading all of his league battles, all the battles he does for this league, he will be uploading. So if you want to stay up to date with not only me, but other people in the league, go subscribe to Cubchew. So, his team is very scary. He has Heatran as his Zemon, Florges, Rotom-Mow, Archeops, Kecleon, Mega Gallade, Mamoswine, Alomomola, Cofagrigus, Starmie, and Zygarde 10% as his Zemon. Very scary team. The synergy between Heatran, Mamoswine, and Alomomola is just fucking ridiculous. Alomomola is always a tough mon to kill. It's just really tough to kill sometimes, especially with my team, because my electric type is weak to water and my grass type isn't very offensive, so for us it's especially difficult. Not only that, Rotom Heat can't really take on the Heatran, because obviously Heatran has not overheat, he has Flash Fire, so I can't click overheat freely, and then he has Mamoswine, so I can't spam Thunderbolt. And only that, he has Zygarde 10%, and if I lock myself in a Thunderbolt, because I am Choice Scarf, he could Dragon Dance on me, and that would be almost GG. I would say that's pretty close to being GG. So, very scary team. Couple things to note: his fastest mon is Starmie and Zygarde 10%. After that, it's like Gallade, and I think Archeops is 110 as well. And then, but after those mons, it jumps down to like Rotom-Mow. So mons like Zygarde are in a weird speed tier. Rotom Heat is pretty good as well in that speed tier. And his team is very bulky. His defensive core of Florges, Alomomola, Cofagrigus. And then whatever he decides to bring as well, maybe Heatran, maybe Rotom, maybe, even, defensive Kecleon. I'm not sure. He can do whatever he wants with his team. He's a very scary team. And definitely was a headache to prep for. Whether he'll bring Mamoswine and Zygarde, I'm not sure. I think it's more than likely he brings Mamoswine over Zygarde, because I do have a Zygarde of my own, and if I set up a few Dragon Dances, it could be GG, so Ice Shard from Mamoswine does prevent that. However, whether he do that or not, I'm not sure, because Zygarde is also very good against my team, so he might just kind of take the bullet and hope that I don't run Dragon Dance. Spoilers, I'm not. So if he did do that, that'd be fine, but let's jump into the team. Now, before we get started, I know, this team is almost identical to the one I brought last week, and that's not on purpose, that's just how it happened. So yeah, if you watched last week's Team Builder, you basically know the team we're bringing. We're bringing Choice Banded Zygarde, no speed to speed a max speed Mamoswine. This thing is really good against his team. Unfortunately, he does have Alomomola, which means every time I'm going for an attack, Alomomola will come in, eat the hit, and then wish. That's really annoying, but it's not the end of the world. 1,000 Arrows does about 35% minimum, which is nice. Outrage is good as well. Outrage can 2-hit KO the Alomomola if it's toxic and takes rocks damage, which is cool. I can't spam Outrage obviously until the Florges is dead, and maybe the Heatran is killed as well, but that's another thing. Extreme Speed is the reason that we're bringing Zygarde over Aggron, because Aggron was actually on this team originally. The reason I decided to go with Zygarde instead of Aggron as my Choice Banded Mon and as my quote-unquote sweeper is because Aggron doesn't work outside of Whimsicott's Tailwind. If we get Tailwind up, Aggron will completely wreck his team, and that's a fact. All of his resistance to rock are O-code, including Zygarde and Gallade. They're all O-code. Alomomola takes 70%, Cofagrigus takes 70%, Florges is O-code, Heatran is O-code, everything's O-code. But Aggron doesn't work outside of it. It does outspeed Florges, it does outspeed defensive Heatran, it does outspeed Alomomola, it does outspeed Cofagrigus, but it's set up fodder for Gallade. It can't take on Zygarde, it can't take on Mamoswine unless I was to run like Shuckleberry, but then I don't hit hard enough, so there's no point. So I did go with Zygarde for that reason. The other reason is that because I have priority, I mean, if the Gallade gets out of hand, I can extreme speed it. Zygarde gets out of hand, I can extreme speed it. Extreme speed has more priority over Ice Shard than Mamoswine, so I can just extreme speed the Mamoswine. That's great. Also, Starmie, if he gets out of hand, it's good, because I did a test game and Starmie could have beaten me if a few things went his way. So Starmie is like very, very scary against my team. And this also helps with a offensive Heatran. A modest max special attack Heatran cannot OHKO Zygarde with Hidden Power Ice. It does 94% max. Or 93, I think. So after Stealth Rocks, we will live a Hidden Power Ice. If he sets up a Z Sunny Day and goes for Hidden Power Ice and Zygarde is at full, we will not die. So that's good. Like, under no circumstance. If he's Choice Scarf, then he still can't kill me. And if he's Choice Specs, I outspeed him. So there's no scenario where Heatran will beat Zygarde unless he crits us. So I shouldn't have said that. Iron Tail is just there for the Florges because Florges is very, very scary. Also, I guess it's the Mamoswine as well. So it's really just there for the Florges though. Iron Tail, if he's not running Babiri Berry, does a lot. It does a lot. Adamant Zygarde does do a lot of damage. Aggron does do more to his team, to his like defensive mons. But I decided to go with a different route with taking care of his defensive mons, which starts with Rainmaker the Blastoise. Blastoise is running Toxic because that's the only way I'm going to beat Alomomola. Alomomola needs to be Toxic for me to win this game. So does the Florges, so does the Cofagrigus, and that's good. Mamoswine is very, very scary. And Blastoise is physically defensive for the Mamoswine, even though it's not really my initial check. Blastoise being physically defensive just kind of helps with everything. It can take on the Gallade better, it can take on the Mamoswine better, it can take on the Zygarde better, it can even take on the Starmie better because Psyshock will do less. If he does choose to run Psyshock and not Thunderbolt, even though I think he'll definitely run Thunderbolt. Blastoise being physically defensive just helps a lot. And Water Pulse and Dark Pulse still do a lot to his team. Like, Blastoise doesn't need to be offensive to OHKO the mons it's going to OHKO. Water Pulse always OHKOs Mamoswine. It always does a decent amount of damage to Heatran, does to a KO it. Dark Pulse does 37% min to a physically defensive Alomomola, which is actually a lot of damage, and we have the possibility of flinching it. Does like 60% to Cofagrigus, does to a KO it. Does the same to Starmie. It just does a lot of work. And more than likely Blastoise will be my lead, because if you look at his team, the only mon that takes on Blastoise is the Rotom-Mow, which is another reason why I'm going with Zygarde over Aggron, is because Zygarde can take care of the Rotom-Mow, and Aggron just cannot. Rotom-Mow is really his only like straight up check to Blastoise, and like everything else is like, sure, I can't beat them, but they can't beat me very, very easily. Like Florges can calm mine on me, but I can Toxic it and I can Water Pulse it, maybe confuse it. Gallade can't OHKO me at all, and Water Pulse does tons and possibly confuse it. Mamoswine dies to Water Pulse. Alomomola, I can Toxic it, and then Dark Pulse over and over again. Cofagrigus the same. Zygarde cannot set up on Blastoise and cannot 2 KO me with 1000 arrows. So a lot of things going right with this Blastoise that I'm really happy with it, and hopefully it does a lot of work. Next we have Android the Celesteela and Forsaken the Necrozma. Very, very weird sets, especially the Necrozma. Necrozma was the toughest set, so I actually might do that last. We have Celesteela with Leftovers, Beast Boost with Heavy Slam, Earthquake, Toxic, and Leech Seed. Physically defensive take on mons like the Zygarde, the Mamoswine, the Gallade, stuff like that. Now, Zygarde's 1000 arrows, I didn't know this. I assumed 1000 arrows, oh, it's just immediately super effective. No, 1000 arrows, I didn't know this. The way it works is that the first turn it hits you, it will hit you as a Steel Flying type. But it will still hit you. But it will be neutral. The first 1000 arrows that the Zygarde uses on Celesteela will be neutral. The second will be super effective. So I can take 1000 arrows very, very easily, actually. If he's Choice Banded, he cannot 2 KO me, and if he's not Choice Banded, he cannot possibly 3 KO me. If he's Life Orb, Dragon Dance, that could be scary, but Heavy Slam does like 80% and puts him in range of extreme speed from my Zygarde, which is great. Heavy Slam, Earthquake is great against his team. It's the only 2 moves I need to hit his entire team for decent damage, except for the Rotom, really. But we can Toxic that and put that thing on a timer. Toxic is there for mons again, like the Alomomola. Leech Seed is there for Alomomola as well. Celesteela is my only real check to Alomomola. I can come in on Alomomola, I can go for Toxic, I can go for Leech Seed, and I can wear that thing down. and nothing on his team wants to switch into Celesteela unless he brings Rotom, which is why I think he will, because Leech Seed is pretty free against his team if he doesn't bring the Rotom. And then just enough defense to take enough hits from like, Mamoswine and Zygarde and stuff like that, and then just the rest in Spadef, so we can take hits from Florges and Starmie. And finally we have Forsaken. Actually, no, I'll get to Necrozma last because I said that was kind of tough. Red is running Choice Scarf again, because, again, I wanted to run Choice Specs, but I was afraid that having only one Mon that outsped Gallade would be scary, and I wanted two just in case, because Gallade is a huge threat. Choice Scarf Rotom does a lot for the team, actually. It does possibly give him the opportunity to set up a Dragon Dance with Zygarde, but Zygarde doesn't hit hard enough unless it's Choice Banded, and at +1 it is Choice Banded, so it's not really too scary. Like I said, Rotom, all of its moves have issues. I can't spam Thunderbolt because of Mamoswine. I can't spam Overheat because of Heatran. I can't spam him Paralysis because everything else. You know, it's tough. And even like that being said, he could also just go into Florges and wall me out forever. You know. Now, Rotom is very, very important for outspeeding Starmie, for outspeeding Zygarde, for outspeeding maybe Choice Scarf Mamoswine, for outspeeding Gallade, for outspeeding Heatran at +1. With a Z Sunny Day, I do outspeed that, so that's kind of nice. But the real reason it's here, and the reason it's here, it has to be here because of Alomomola. I don't have any other way of really just doing over 50% to Alomomola straight up, except for Rotom Heat. Volt Switch does 55 min to a physically defensive Alomomola. Thunderbolt does even more than that. I can 2 a KO Alomomola, he cannot 2 a KO me. Skull does 34 to 47, or sorry, 34 to 41, I think. So he cannot do too much to me. And yeah, it's really, really important that Rotom does a lot of work this week. Rotom is another possible lead, but I think I will lead Blastoise. If he brings Rotom Mo, I will lead with Rotom, because that thing is scary. And finally, we have 2 Sweet the Whimsicott, Yachi Berry Prankster with Moonblast, Impair Ground, Toxic, and Taunt. Originally, I had Tailwind on this thing, but I decided to get rid of it because Zygarde outspeeds most things anyway. Rotom is Choice Scarf. I didn't really need Tailwind. I wanted Toxic there for stuff like the Alomomola, the Cofagrigus, stuff like that, Florges. Taunt is there for the Florges and the Alomomola. Impair Ground is there for the Heatran, does 50%, puts it in range of a lot of things, and we do outspeed Heatran every single time. And Moonblast is very, very important. We're running a lot of special attack. Enough special attack to 2 KO Zygarde and Gallade. So basically my Moonblast, those two Mons will immediately put it in range of Zygarde's Extreme Speed or Rotom's Overheat. Basically. Or whatever move Rotom goes for. Which is cool. Overheat by Rotom, by the way, does 60% min to Mega Gallade, which is awesome. But Whimsicott's really nice. It's a decent switch in to Alomomola. It's a decent switch in to Cofagrigus. It's not going to take hits well, but it does take the hit, fire off a Toxic, swap back out, force annoying plays. It does outspeed everything on his team except... Never mind, it outspeeds everything on his team, bar Choice Scarf, Rotom Mo, or Z Sunny Day Heatran, or Choice Scarf Mamoswine, stuff like that. Or Zygarde at +1, which is very, very scary. But I think it's okay. And even if Zygarde does get to +1, we can still, I guess, Toxic it. So that's okay. Yeah, we're running Yachi Berry because Mamoswine, if he goes for Icicle Crash, we can live 1. If Starmie goes for Ice Beam, then Whimsicott is a great check to it, which is cool. If Gallade goes for Ice Punch, we can take that. You could go for Zen Headbutt. I don't think he'll run Zen Headbutt, though. I think he'd run Close Combat, Ice Punch, Knock Off, Swords Dance. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So yeah, I think Whimsicott's really, really good. Will it clean up? I don't know. I doubt it will, because obviously it's not going to hit too hard. But against the Mons it hits super effectively against, it will do pretty decent damage. Now finally we get to Forsaken and Necrozma. This is the set that really gave me a headache in the last few days. I needed to bring Necrozma because rocks need to be up. His only hazard removal is Starmie, and Starmie is a huge threat, so him having to waste a turn rapid spinning is very, very important to me. It's really, really important. Not only that, for Alomomola to get 2 KO'd by certain Mons, and for Cofagrigus to die, and so on, so on, so on, I need rocks up. Same with Mamoswine. I was gonna run like a choice specs Necrozma with prismatic laser and one-shot the Lomomola, and I would just say, all right, I'm done. That's it. You didn't have to worry about it. I just one-shot it. That's fine. I really was close to doing that because I think that's actually the right thing to do, but I don't want to go too mean. I don't want to meme too much, even though I actually think that because Necrozma, the turn it's recharging, will take any hit it needs to, so it's not really that big a deal. But the problem with that is he could easily go on a Heatran, and then I've just wasted a turn. With the Colbur Berry, Necrozma can take any hit from Mamoswine and any hit from Gallade, because knockoff is the best thing Gallade can use against it. And Mamoswine, Earthquake does a lot of damage, but he might want to go for knockoff because if he could predict a switch into Celesteela and, you know, stuff like that. And knockoff does a lot more than Icicle Crash. So Stealth Rock, Moonlight, Earthquake, and Psychic. We're running Earthquake of minus attack nature. The minus attack nature does not matter because any form of Heatran, besides Shuckerberry will get 2 KO'd by Earthquake. Any form of Heatran. If he's physically defensive, it's 2 KO'd no matter what. If he has leftovers, I think it's still a roll, but after Rock's guaranteed. Any form of Heatran will get 2 KO'd by Earthquake. And then Psychic just hits everything on his team. He does not have a Dark type, which I actually only realized almost when I was finished building. He does not have a Dark type, which means Psychic is free, although Mons like Starmie won't take too much. They take about 30%. Even, actually though, to be fair, 30% is a lot. So that's why I wanted to run a Choice Specs Necrozma, because he doesn't have a Psychic resist except for Heatran and Starmie, which are not very good resists, but that I decided to go against it. Yeah, and the max special attack, or enough special attack to like 2 a KO Lomomola possibly after rocks and toxic damage, do a lot more to Mamoswine, do a lot more to Gallade, put Gallade in range of certain hits, and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy with this set. Necrozma and Blastoise are both running a little bit of speed to outspeed Mons like Florges and Heatran if they're defensive. Will that pay off? I don't know, but I'm hoping. So that's the team. I'm pretty happy with it. This was definitely a headache. A lot of Mons were very, very close to coming. Aggron was on the team. Smoothie, Miltank was on the team. Pangoro was on the team for a while. A lot of Mons were very, very close. In the end, I decided to go with the same 6 Mons as last week. Not for any other reason than that I think this is the best team to bring. Now, I really, really want to win this game because Cubshy was also, like Joey, in our conference for the playoffs. Now, playoffs aren't something I'm thinking about, really, but I should win this game. I should win this game because I kind of need to. And I also consider Cubshy one of the best battlers in the league, so it's definitely going to be fun. I've only ever played Cubshy like once or twice. I've beaten him in a few kind of whatever games, and he's beaten me in a little cup game. But I don't think we've ever actually played each other in a serious draft league game. I don't think we've ever played each other in a, you know, OU, definitely not Gen 7, maybe one Gen 6 one, but this is the first time that we've played a proper Gen 7 OU battle in a draft league where the actual outcome matters. So I'm really looking forward to this game. I hope you guys are too. That being said, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to connect with Cubshoe, and we are going to jump right into the game. Alright. Time to lose, boys. Time to lose. Okay, it's gonna be a tough one. I put all my sets into the calculator. I'm gonna move the screen recorder just like this. Sorry about that. Really, really scared about this game, but I think I've done the best that I can with the team. So, that being said, let's jump into the game. Oh, I always fuck that up. Oops. That's a good thing I caught that. Or the showdown caught that. Alright. He does bring Rotom, he does bring Archeops, he doesn't bring Alomomola. Alright, yeah. Wow, he doesn't bring... Wow, okay. So... very surprising. Doesn't bring the Heatran. He doesn't bring Lorges. Doesn't bring a Lomola. He's a lot of weird things. So I said that my lead was Blastoise unless he brought Rotom. He did bring Rotom. I think his only Stealth Rockers are Archeops and a Mamoswine. So I could... Second there, sorry. Sorry, my nephew was just running around. I didn't want him to be banging around because you might hear that in the video. My leads, I think he's going to lead with the Rotom or the Mamoswine or the Archeops. So... could lead with Zygarde. Could lead with... I think Necrozma's a pretty safe lead. What would he lead with? I don't know what he'd lead with. I really do not have a clue what he'd lead with. Could lead with Rotom. Could just straight up lead with Rotom. And I think that I will. He didn't bring Heatran, so Rotom heat is free to overheat, which is cool. I think he's going to lead with Rotom, so I'm going to lead with, I think, Whimsicott. Leads with Mamoswine. I can taunt him. I think. Oh, what do I do? I don't know. I don't know what I do. I think he's going to lead with Rotom, though. Leads with Mamoswine. I guess I could toxic it. No, I'm gonna lead with the Necrozma. I need rocks up. He does lead with the Rotom, so unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Right here, I'm just going to go for, I think, my rocks. I can take a Choice Specs Leaf Storm. I think that's actually a lie. Well, actually, I don't know, but I think I will be able to. Unless he's, like, modest. Even then, maybe. Yeah, I can live any one hit. I could, just, Moonlight. That's actually not a bad play. I could just Moonlight and just Scout. Could also go for Trick. He could also Trick, couldn't he? He could also Trick. Oh, he's clicking Trick, isn't he? He's clicking Trick. I'm gonna go for Psychic. He's clicking Trick right here. Yeah, he's gonna Trick. Sorry about that. It's just people moving around the house. I don't want to ruin the recording. He's going to click Trick right here, so I'm just gonna Psychic. He goes for Thunder Wave, actually. I do get fully paralyzed. That sucks. That would have been really nice damage. I'm gonna go for Rocks, I think. I think he's just going to... That would have given me some intel on his set. So, turn fucking 1. Not off to a nice start. Just go for Volt Switch. Just 21%, not very much. I really, really want to get up these rocks. So, if you could please. He goes in Rock in the Gallade. I do get up my rocks, so that's something. This is my check to Gallade. And if I get fully paralyzed, I will lose this game. So it's all up to hacks. Goes for knockoff. We do eat that because of the Colbur Berry. I do get fully fucking paralyzed. That would have done 40% at the minimum. That's the game. That's the fucking game we play. I can't do this, dude. I can't do it. Alright, I'm going to go into Whimsicott. We got our rocks up, so it's not the end of the world. We can still win this game. If he goes for Ice Punch, we can take it. We do 2-KO this thing, so this is a really, really safe switch. We do live any one hit. He cannot OHKO us. And go for Moonblast. He goes for Magic Coat. And I do 70% with Moonblast. I could Toxic predicting the switch. I don't want to. I'm going to go for Moonblast again. We do outspeed this thing. And he has no good switch into it. But killing this... I mean, if we kill this Mega Gallade right here, that'd be great, because Necrozma was our check to it. But it is, at this point, in range of Extreme Speed from Zygarde. So you know what? It's not the end of the world. The Magic Coat there play really put us back into a good position here. because I think we actually get a kill right here, no matter what he does. I think we kill the Starmie with 2 hits, we kill the Mammoth with 2 hits, we kill this thing right here, he goes and Rotom, we kill it with 2 hits. We can do a lot of things. We can do a lot of good things. But we'll see what he does. I think he's just going to let the Gallade go down. He goes in a Jinx the Rotom. Moon Blast 36%, and he shows leftovers. So, he went for Thunder Wave last time. He went for Thunder Wave. He could click Hidden Power Ice, so I think I'm going to go into Rotom. Rotom is a really, really safe switch. Like I said, I can get a free Overheat off. And that would be nice. And I think he either Volt Switches or clicks Thunder Wave. I think he also could click Hidden Power Ice predicting Zygarde, so I'm going to go into Rotom. Goes for Pain Split, which is nice. It's a good play. He doesn't get much back from that. Do I just go for Overheat? Do I even think about it, or do I just go for a Volt Switch? Rotom, Heat. We have Red. Rotom obviously, definitely 100% dies. Zygarde does die to 2, I think, even after. Oh no, he does not. Wow, holy fuck. And Starmie takes 40% as well. Yeah, see, okay, thing is, right? Zygarde is fucking ridiculous, but he can't OHKO my Blastoise at +1 with a Life Orb with 1,000 arrows. And if he's Choice Banded, I can take 2,000 arrows. So I think I just go for Overheat. I think he's gonna go into Gallade. I think he's gonna sack Gallade, but I can't predict that and go for Volt Switch. This Rotom is not dying. It's not staying in. He could go straight into Zygarde. Hidden Power Ice is actually kind of safe, now that I think about it. Hidden Power Ice is actually pretty safe. If he stays in... I mean, he's not staying in. I think he's going to go on a Gallade. So... I'm going to go for Volt Switch. He does stay in, which is unfortunate. We could have just straight up killed the Rotom right there. That's unfortunate. I'm doing what? He's... Fuck. I'm not playing this well. I should have just overheated there. Killing this thing would have been huge. Why didn't I just overheat? I don't know. I was really, really scared of Mamoswine and Zygarde. He right here is going to click Volt Switch of his own. I could go straight into Zygarde. He's not going to Will-O-Wisp. What would he do? I guess he'd Pain Split again, and he'd get a lot from Zygarde, but I don't think it matters. Would he Pain Split again though? I don't know if he would. I'm going to go into Zygarde. I think Zygarde's pretty safe. He goes for Volt Switch. Alright, so actually we come out of that pretty good. Now, Red outsped, but we're Choice Scarf, so that's not really confirmation that we outspeed, but this thing is leftovers, so it's probably defensive in some way. Z-Trigger, can you kill with 1,000 arrows against a Rotom? A Rotom Mo? He's Choice. I think he's max HP. 62 min. So we can't kill. An Outrage does though. Outrage does, but then we're locked in, and then he goes to Mamoswine and literally gets a kill. I think we just have to hope and pray that 1,000 arrows takes this thing out. If he doesn't, he goes for Volts or Hidden Power Ice, but he doesn't kill us. So I'm gonna go for the 1,000 arrows. That's if he's max HP. We can't. Well, we definitely can't kill him if he's max HP. If he's not max HP though, I think he is though. I can't tell. We don't kill. Does very, very little actually. And he goes for Hidden Power Ice. That's fine though. And we will kill this Rotom, or at least get a lot of damage off on something. So, yeah, I knew that wouldn't kill. From the way it has leftovers from preserving it. You know, the fuck up with Rotom is really, really come back to bite us. This Rotom would be dead. But Zygarde could have set up on us then, so maybe it was the best thing to do. But this thing, Maybe I should have gone back and Rotom. I could have, but then I'm in the same spot again. Then he knows I'm not clicking overheat, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I think he'll let this thing die right here. I hope he does, because Rotom's very, very annoying. Gallade is still in range of extreme speed. Now this thing is as well after rocks. So if he swaps this thing out, this is also... I mean, I would speed this thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but... yeah, we're not playing too well right here. But it's okay. Because once this thing dies, and if he does let it die, Celesteela has an easier time with his team. And Blastoise is still good as well, especially if this thing dies. So that's why I hope he does let this thing die. If he doesn't, I 2 KO something that swaps in, unless it's Zygarde. Even though I think Zygarde will die to 1,000 arrows. I think Starmie would live. Maybe. I think Starmie might live. Really glad I brought Zygarde now over Aggron, because this is really helping out. Really helping out. What's your min speed? 150. Yeah. We'll see right here though. Really, really hoping he just lets this thing die. That'd be the best thing for us. I don't think he will though. I think he's going to go on Archeops. Well, no, he won't go on Archeops. I don't know what he'd do here. I don't know what he'd do. I guess he sacks Gallade. I guess he sacks Gallade. Or this thing. It's the only option. He knows I'm banded at this point. From Calcs, more than likely. But I really hope this thing dies right here. If it doesn't, it'll be tough. It'll be tough. But at this point, it's not bulky enough to take any hit from Whimsicott. Whimsicott's Moonblast will take it out now, so that's pretty okay. I don't know what the magic coat on Gallade was prepped for. I assume it was for, I don't know, Leech Seed? Well, no. What was it for? Sleep Powder? I don't even know if Whimsicott gets the... Stun Spore, maybe. But yeah. We do kill the Rotom. That's huge. Okay, that's good. Right here, I think he goes into Zygarde or the Mamoswine. He does go on a Mamoswine. Right here, Mamoswine, do you die to an overheat from Rotom? Because I think he's putting up his rocks. Or he's clicking EQ. Do you die to an overheat? I don't think you do. You might. You almost might. More than likely not. I think he's going to put up his rocks or go for an Ice Shard. But I think rocks is more likely. I think Blastoise is a pretty safe switch and it'll allow me to get up my Mega. And then I can just Rapid Spin immediately. So I'm going to do that, I think. I don't think he Earthquakes. And Rotom doesn't kill. If Rotom killed, I go into Rotom, but it doesn't. Because I think he's going to click Rocks or Ice Shards. I'm going to go to Blastoise. He goes for Ice Shard. It's cool. It's great. Right here, what do I do? Wait, Water Pulse or Dark Pulse? I think Water Pulse is the best play. He has no good switch into it. Something will die. If he stays in and puts up rocks, this thing dies. I'm going to go for Water Pulse. He does switch out to Starmie. I almost Dark Pulse, but what can you do? Confusion? Nope. Do we live a Thunderbolt? I believe we do. I'm very, very... I keep putting in Blast. Oh, whoops. I keep putting in the wrong set for Blastoise. Starmie, if you're Life Orb, Thunderbolt, 52 to 61. Not even close to killing him. Dark Pulse would immediately just destroy this thing. I could go on a Zygarde. I think Zygarde... Does Zygarde kill with a Choice Band Extreme Speed? 60%? No, it does not. Because he's absolutely 100% clicking. I could go on a Whimsicott, because I have Yache Berry. It depends on how much I value Blastoise being healthy, and I think I value it a lot. So I'm going to go on a Whimsicott. At this point, it's down to Blastoise taking a few hits from Zygarde and Mamoswine. So I'm going to go into Whimsicott. If he clicks Thunderbolt, that's great. I could also go like hard Rotom. But then I'm stuck when I do go into Rotom. So I... what do I do? What do I do? Thunderbolt does a lot. It does do a lot. But I think that almost might be worth it. Because Celesteela can wall other things. And this thing being dead... If I go on a Whimsicott and he just Ice Beams, I'll live it. If he goes for Psyshock, I'll live it. If he goes for Thunderbolt, I'll live it. How much does... Actually, that's a good fucking question. I should have done that first. How much does Whimsicott do with Moonblast? It does not kill. But... it's good. It's good enough. I'm gonna go to Whimsicott. He goes for Rapid Spin. I wish I stayed in. I wish I stayed in. I'm gonna go for Moonblast. I wish I stayed in Dark Pulse, but it's not the end of the world. Rocks are off the field. And now the Archeops' Focus Sash is intact. So that was a really, really good play by him. That was a good play. I can't be mad about that. I really didn't want Blastoise to be weakened. He'll probably stay in here and just Ice Beam. If he has it. If he doesn't have it, he'll probably still stay in. I think staying in is like what he'll do, for sure. It just depends what he goes for. Whimsicott will take any hit though, so it's okay. And we do 2 KO this thing. So, Official Attack Drop? Nope. Dazzling Gleam. That does a lot. I'll go for Moonblast again. Not predicting at all. Dazzling Gleam did a lot. It's not Specs, what am I saying? It's not Life Orb either. That just did a lot of damage. It's because Analytic, because I'm faster. Now, I think I can live an Ice Shard. He goes into Archeops. So this is a weird situation. Because this thing... What do I do? I don't even know what the fucking Archeops does. Archeops, what do? I know you do Endeavor. You do Suicide Lead with Endeavor, Head Smash. You do have Head Smash. We do outspeed this thing. And I think I do want to save Whimsicott though, because I don't want Whimsicott to get weakened. Because I want it to be around for Zygarde and Gallade, which it does still outspeed. I really want that. Blastoise I think is a pretty good switch. Could also go on a Zygarde. But I think something will have to die here. Also going to Celesteela. Honestly, I think Blastoise is more important than Celesteela at this point. Can I just see Celesteela? He'll take Recoil from Head Smash if he does have it. And it does 2-hit KO me. Well, no, rocks aren't over my field. It is a chance to kill me. But I think I just go into Celesteela. Yeah, I'm not... Archeops is a weird mon, dude. I don't know really what it does. I want to pop this thing. And then... Mamoswine is almost... Oh, I wish I had rocks up. I really, really wish I kept my rocks up. Because, well, I couldn't have stopped it. But... My Whimsicott is too important. Whimsicott is too important. Can I just check something quickly? This will actually... It doesn't affect my decision. I just want to know. Ice Shard can't kill Whimsicott. That's cool. I'm going to go on a Celesteela. And then just go for Heavy Slam. Put it in range of an Extreme Speed from Zygarde. He goes for Tailwind, which is interesting. And I think I'm going to go for Leech Seed, because I want to break this thing's Focus Sash. I don't want it to Endeavor on me. And if he swaps out, goes for Stealth Rock. We do land Leech Seed, which is huge. I am just going to go for... I think I don't want this thing to die, actually. I want to wait out its turns. So I think I'm going to go for Leech Seed. Heavy Slam, straight up OHKOs this thing. If he doubles in anything, I think I'm going for Leech Seed again, because if he stays in, he'll hit me, and he won't be able to kill me. And I'll get Leech Seed and Leftovers back. And then I'll kill him on the next turn. So yeah. He goes for U-turn. Alright, Leech Seed was good play. Good play. If I land this, we are good. I need to land this fucking Leech Seed though. Yes, alright, we do land. That's huge. That's huge. I'm gonna go for Heavy Slam. Goes for 1,000 arrows. Absolutely nothing. Heavy Slam does come off. And it will kill this Zygarde. Yes! Alright. That was huge. And Tailwind peters out. Alright. I don't know how we're in this game, but we are. He goes in a Gallade. Gallade, I think, is just going to go for close combat. And just going to do a lot of damage to me. Blastoise walls the Archeops and the Mamoswine. So I think this thing getting weakened is fine. He can't close combat, or he can't Swords Dance on me as well. Goes for Drain Punch, that's fine. I think I still kill this thing. I barely miss out on the kill. I do 46%. Yeah, he won't get that back. Drain Punch was a good play there. It's unfortunate that he, the rolls we got, but it's not the end of the world. He goes for Knockoff. And now I'm at 36%. I still think I can live... Oh, my defense rose! Oh, that's huge. Do I Leech Seed or Heavy Slam? I definitely Heavy Slam. I put this thing in range of Extreme Speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gets all 5. It's fine though. And yes. Alright. 1, 2. If he didn't get the 5 on the first one, maybe. This thing... What do I do now? Archeops is still scary. It's still a threat. Whimsicott. He's not Life Orb. He's not Life Orb. He's not Life Orb. So Whimsicott, Ice Shard does 41, and we would be on 37. But he's not Life Orb. If he's banded, then he's switching out. Expert Belt. 38. There's a very, very small chance he lives this. Moonblast, do you kill? Yeah, you do kill. And yeah, I'm going to go on Whimsicott. I'm going to go on Whimsicott, and I'm going to go for Moonblast. Icicle Spear. Oh, he's Scarf! Oh, I'm a fucking dunce. I'm a dunce. I'm a big dunce. I'm a dunce lord. He's Scarf Mamoswine, so misplay on my part. I should have gone on Blastoise, but I was afraid that... Yeah, I didn't want Blastoise to get weakened because I wanted to be able to take on the Archeops. But he's Scarf, which is very surprising. If he swaps out right here, that would be the best thing. Because he can't lock himself in Earthquake. He can lock himself in a Knockoff, I guess. Yeah, as he goes for Icicle Spear. Please just stop. Gets crit. He only gets 2, which is great. Water Pulse comes off, kills this thing. Now, Archeops does die to a Water Pulse, so as long as he doesn't get a huge head smash crit or something, goes for Rock Slide. Don't flinch. Water Pulse does kill the Archeops, and we win 3-0 against Cubchoo and the Springfield Spoinks. I am so happy with that game. Not at all, actually. Never mind. That game was very, very weird. He played the first few turns very, very well. The Moonblast on Gallade brought it back in my favor. The Rotom was kind of scary at that one point. The damage on Zygarde was a lot. I don't know when the tide changed. I guess when Starmie got rid of the rocks and Archeops came in, it just kind of came back in my favor, and I can't be happier with that performance. I think we played really, really well, except for, you know, the first few parts. I mean, the overheat on Rotom didn't come back to bite me in the ass too much because Zygarde didn't die from the hidden power ice. However, it was still a misplay. I'm not saying it's not. The misplay at the end with Whimsicott, I thought that he, you know, was something else. It was only one differential point. If we went into Blastoise, it would have been a 4-0. I'm not too worried about that. We know for next time anyway. I thought that maybe he was Expert Belt, and then he could go into Mamoswine, and then if he Earthquaked me, put me in range of where a Rock Slide, if he flinched me, would kill me. Or a Head Smash would kill me if he had it, which is what would have happened. But he was Scarf. So, wow, that went very, very well. If you guys have enjoyed this battle, make sure to heavy slam the like button down below first. Yeah, shout out to Cubchoo, like I said. Make sure to go into the description. Check out his YouTube channel. He will have the battle up on his side as well. Yeah, I really like this team, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I really like this team. I like the way it feels, I like how it plays, and I've really been enjoying the season so far. Obviously, we've been winning, which is why I've been enjoying it so much, of course. But I'm still gonna try to keep up the work we've been doing. I think we've been playing pretty well, and I don't want to fuck up. But at this point, a loss is okay, actually, because we're 2-0. Next week, we take on Zoo, which is actually a friend of Cubshoe's. I believe it's a she. She's not in our conference. So actually, any game that we want to lose, that would be the game. Losing to Zoo would be absolutely fine. Because they're not in our conference. The conferences work from the top row is one, and the bottom row is another. So Cubshoe and Joey were both in our conference, and we beat both of them. Zoo is not, so we can lose to them. And Zilix isn't either. So Zilix and Zoo and Zilix are the two people that if we lose to, it's fine. But everyone else past that, it's going to get serious. So, yeah, we're going to keep trying. We're going to keep working hard. And so far, it's been doing pretty well. So if you guys have enjoyed this, make sure to heavy slam the like button down below for us. And subscribe if you're not already to become a member of the Aggronix. With that being said, have yourselves a wonderful day. And bye-bye.